time, Patriots and Cardinals. It is a winnable game. It's a one-score game, which most are, I guess, in the NFL by the books. 6 points last I checked. It was 6.5 earlier in the week. They're on the road at Arizona. Cardinals have lost 3 in a row. Patriots coming off a bye week. Are we giving them any shot in this game?
I normally don't, but this one I will. Arizona's a team that I've wanted to like, but because I like Kyler Murray. I know most people can't stand Kyler Murray, but they've lost 3 straight games. They were looking decent at 6-4 in that division. I was like, they might win that division. The Niners are down. The Rams seem down. The Seahawks have kind of rebounded, but they were also down. So I'm like, this is trending towards Kyler Murray kind of stealing that division, and everybody thinks that everybody else in that NFC West is better than them. But they've lost 3 in a row, and they lost at home to Seattle. Not that they're a bad team, but that was a pretty demoralizing loss for them. So you look at what they do, like they're pretty middle of the road, like middle of the road offense as far as points per game, middle of the road defense, maybe slightly above middle of the road defense, slightly. I like Kyler Murray. I think he has the ability to have a really big game against the Patriots because so many opposing quarterbacks have. James Conner is a very average to slightly above average running back. Marvin Harrison, who I loved coming out of the draft, hasn't really lit the world on fire, and he's still their leading receiver, though. But they haven't. Or actually, Trey McBride is. You're the tight end that you picked, is the leading receiver. Then it's Harrison, and then it's a bunch of bums. So yeah, even though the game's in Arizona and they're 6-point favorites, I definitely give the Patriots a chance in this one.
Just looking at common opponent, so their 3-game losing streak. Their losses are to Seattle twice and Minnesota.
Yeah, so those are good teams.
Seattle beat the Patriots. Yeah, so same there.
They waxed the Jets a few weeks back.
Yeah, so I was going to say, the Patriots split with the Jets. They smoked the Jets 31-6. Both teams beat Chicago.
Right.
The Cardinals beat them 29-9. The Cardinals beat Miami with Tua.
Yep.
28-27 in Miami. They beat the Niners back in Week 5. That's another common opponent. They beat the Rams. They smoked the Rams 41-10. So, look,
they're better. Who isn't? They're one of 5 teams better. Where do we put them in the tiers? Frisky? Or not Frisky? No, Frisky.
I'm not giving the Patriots much of a chance.
Okay.
I know they're coming off the bye week, but if Arizona has any chance of turning their season around, this is the game. It's the Patriots and Carolina back-to-back. They have to win these to give themselves any kind of shot.
You know what they can't
and
do?
they just have so much. They need this game so much more than the Patriots. Yeah. And the Patriots have every opportunity to come back from the bye week, fly out to the West Coast or close to it in Phoenix, and say, there's 1 month to go. The end's in sight. We're already eliminated. We're not going anywhere. I don't really like this coach that much. There's a real chance to check out. So, no, I don't give him really any shot in this game.
So there is, and it's funny because people have talked about when trying to compliment Gerard Mayo, they say, well, the guys are playing hard, right? The guys are playing hard. And I look at it as that's kind of overrated when you look at this roster. Not overrated, but maybe overstated might be the right word because these guys, for the most part, have to play well to stay in the league. The roster's so bad.
Yeah, Alex Austin doesn't have the opportunity to take a couple of weeks
Christian
off
Ellis.
and get a gig. Yeah,
Christian Ellis comes up with an interception. If he dogs it, okay, you're not in the NFL anymore.
Right.
They only have a few guys, and even them, Christian Gonzalez might be playing for the Pro Bowl, or Drake May is he didn't even start all year. He's obviously going to be motivated. He's in the NFL for the first time.
Their best players. You just named them, are young enough where, you're not really checking out.
And then somebody like Hunter Henry is just such a professional, and Austin Hooper, I don't think they're going to dog it. So I think for the most part, these guys are trying to stay in the league, so they probably are going to play hard. I just wonder if, Drake May in the offense looks good enough. I think he's coming off his best game. Now, with the bye week, how did these guys come out of that? But if Drake May plays like he did against Indianapolis, I think they definitely have a chance to beat Arizona, who's been kind of just middle of the road all season long.
Do you like Kyler Murray?
I do.
So I do. He is so...
I get why people don't.
He's so up and down.
I get why they don't.
I want him to work, and I think he's right in the middle of what I feel okay about my court. He'd be a tough one. Where if I had
Call of Duty Double XP weekend this weekend,
so no!
Historically he's really bad.
Oh no!
Shoot!
I did not know that. But he's right on the line where if I had Kyler Murray, would I be looking to draft another quarterback? I feel like if you're below that line, I'm okay, you need a new QB. If I had Kyler Murray, I would probably do what they did in the draft, which is let's try to get Kyler help, right?
Yeah, I would like. They were a no-brainer to draft Marvin Harrison, and maybe he certainly hasn't lived up to the hype because I was one of those people who's like he's going to be Jamar Chase, he's going to be like that level good. He hasn't been, but in his career, Kyler Murray 109 touchdowns to 54 picks. So I don't know. I feel like the vision of Murray, everyone's like can't rely on him, turns it over, that kind of thing. Like that's a pretty good ratio. Plus he's run in 30 touchdowns. So like he can kill you with his legs. He's only made the playoffs once. And so obviously that's got to go on him.
And that game was really bad. Was it against the Rams? I remember that playoff.
They did not win the game.
They looked terrible.
And he did not play well.
He looked terrible, yeah.
But just as far as the season, and so he's already played for 3 head coaches? 2 head coaches. Right? Just Kingsbury and Gannon there, I believe, right?
I think that's it. That sounds
all
right.
right. So, I mean, yeah, he's kind of on that line. Again, the team's middle of the road. He's probably middle of the road. If you're ranking quarterbacks, he's probably 15, 16.
That's exactly. That's probably off the top of my head without actually sitting down and ranking him, probably about where I'd have.
So that is a really tough one because on the one hand, you feel like you can do better, but half the league is doing worse. So and this wouldn't be the year to draft one.
No.
Last year, if you somehow they were 4th. So I wouldn't have taken as much as I like Bo Nix, I wouldn't have taken J.J. McCarthy or Bo Nix or Michael Penix.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would have kept. Yeah,
not in that draft. Meaning like at the time. Now in retrospect,
but if they lost one extra game,
in retrospect, I don't even like Bo Nix. Who would I rather have?
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think
it's at least it's way closer than I would have thought.
Oh, Bo Nix is a stud. Maybe one of the reasons. But if they had lost one extra game, or had the Patriots won one more game last year, and Drake May was on the board. They should have taken Drake May.
They could have
maybe that. Okay, so maybe that sort of answers the question. He's good, but he's sort of that. He's not great.
No, drop back, do it to the other team.
Not anymore.
He hasn't been doing that a lot. And so already you feel like Drake May has a quarterback advantage over the guy on the other side, or you feel better about him moving forward.
Yeah,
maybe on Sunday he gets outplayed by Kyler Murray. I could see that. But going forward, you already feel better about your quarterback than the guy on the other side. He's already passing quarterback 15 in the NFL, which is something you should feel good about.
Yes.
This week is massive for Gerard Mayo if you believe he's coaching for his job. I know you don't necessarily believe that.
No.
How they respond off the bye week, to me,
yep.
If I'm Robert Kraft, okay, you've had 2 weeks to get ready for this game. It is a winnable game. The Cardinals are not great. They're 6-7. They've lost 3 in a row. They're the Arizona Cardinals. There's nothing special about that team. It's winnable. I don't think they need to win it. I said this yesterday. You need to look buttoned up, prepared, and not sloppy. You need to look like you're ready to go in this game, which I'm not sure they will. In fact, if you've watched them all year, they probably won't be.
Yeah.
But that's what you need if you want to feel good as Gerard Mayo moving forward about keeping his job. The team needs to look prepared. They need to look ready to go. They need to look bought in. You can't be taking a bunch of false start penalties or holding penalties like they've done early in some of these games, specifically the road games. You can't be doing that. You need to have spent the bye week cleaning some of that up, or else what do you do? So I'm very curious to watch that. That does not mean they need to win. They can be competitive with Arizona, lose a one-possession game. If they look like they're well coached and well prepared, I think it goes a long way towards him saving his job. But I don't have a high degree of faith they're going to come out and look that way.